The passionate William Lane Craig fan did a great video on this especially silly argument by Craig. I'll link you to his response. Anyway, this is one of the lamest arguments I have ever heard Craig make.
According to Dr. Rosenberg, if naturalism is true, I do not do anything freely. Everything is determined.
There are people who would disagree with this. Many of the folks who believe that consciousness involves quantum mechanics believe that we have free will and that free will is an entirely natural phenomenon. If naturalism were an entirely deterministic worldview, then it would regard any non-deterministic chance or random event as supernatural. And that's just fucking dumb.
But two, I can freely agree or disagree with premise 1, from which it follows 3, therefore, naturalism is not true.
This premise is pretty questionable. Even if we did have free will, that wouldn't mean that doxastic voluntarism is true. Are you really free to just agree or disagree as you wish? Can you really just make yourself believe something at will? If you want to agree that Elvis is still alive, can you just start believing it at any time? I don't seem to experience that same degree of freedom. I don't think I can just start believing anything that I want to believe. It might be a lot more convenient if I could. I'd be a much happier person if I could just choose to believe that Michael Bay movies are not crap or that Nickelback is a good band. On the other hand, I don't think the ability to delude oneself so easily may be very healthy, and Craig's whole career is a good illustration of that. And besides, even if you could believe whatever you want, as Schopenhauer pointed out, you still can't want whatever you want. You might say that we are free to do things that we don't want to do, but are we really? There are situations in which all available options are unpleasant, but whatever option I choose because I want to avoid the less pleasant options. Ultimately, everything I choose to do consciously, I do because I want to do it. But I don't think I choose my beliefs. Craig doesn't even really make an argument for free will here. He just asserts that it is the case that he freely chooses to agree or disagree with things without giving any explanation as to why we should think that this is really the case.